Hi, thank you for joining me for another episode of the Breakthrough Podcast by Dream Nation. No, and if you've been listening to the past episodes, no, um, well, hopefully they help you, they inspire you, they empower you. But to a number of people, when I share this, when I share things like this, like dealing with fear, focusing your energy, dealing with beliefs, dealing with stories, sometimes it tends to be or sometimes people receive it as parang hindi naman yan concrete, it's all um parang thinking positive, it's all basically it's quote unquote not real or not realistic. And in this particular episode, I guess what I want to share with you is these things, no, these things I like to share with you, these positivity, if you will. This is um, whatever you think I'm sharing is, at least for me, it's real. No? And particularly the idea of energy and how you matter in this world, how your presence and how you interact with the world or how you think of the world and yourself matters. These are actually backed up by science. No? So there are scientific experiments that prove that you actually matter in this world, that you make an impact in this world. And that's what I'd like to share with you um, in this episode. So I'll share with you three experiments. I'll share them with you ikwento ko sila as far as I can understand them. But what I want for you, what I recommend for you to do is to actually check them out yourselves. Maybe in YouTube, a Google search, for you to actually see like the more scientific explanations of this. No, and the first experiment I'd like to share with you is called the double slit experiment. No, so this is quantum physics levels. So I really went to YouTube to actually check it out. I'll give you a summary of it and why it's important. So basically, they had this experiment wherein from a cannon. And again, check it on YouTube then kasi mas visual, especially for visual learners. No? May cannon, and then it would shoot out electrons. No? It would shoot out electrons to a wall with slits. No? And then lulusot siya sa slit, and then after niya lumusot dun sa wall, it would create a certain pattern. It would create a certain pattern um, dun sa wall. No? Parang lulusot siya sa wall, and then it would land on another wall and with a certain pattern. And then, so yun, nakita nila, ganyan. And then they were testing different things kapag ganito yung slit, kapag one yung slit or dalawa yung slit. Basta they tested different variations. And after a while, na-deduce nila na, okay, pag ganito yung setup ng experiment, ito yung magiging result. But they found one time na they had a hypothesis that was backed up by previous data, pero hindi yun yung naging result. So nagtaka sila, bakit ganun? Inaral natin, dapat ganito yung magiging result niya. So what they did was they observed how the electrons were interacting with the wall, with the slit. No? So nothing was changed in the experiments. It's just na someone was now watching what was going to happen, and may certain expectations sila. No? And basically what happened was, nag-iba yung result. Nothing changed with the experiment. It was just now someone was observing what was happening. Someone was looking at how the electrons were behaving and expecting a different result, or expecting a certain result. And that perception made an impact on how the electrons behaved. Nothing changed the experiment. It's just now someone was observing. Yun lang yung nag-change. And what does this tell us? What does this tell us? No, that by just observing, you make an impact on the world. Because in this experiment, they were dealing with electrons. But if you look at the world around you, people, things, animals, they're all filled with molecules, which are all filled with atoms, which are all filled with electrons. So just by looking at the world around you, your perception, the way you view the world makes an impact. And you can see it in this experiment just by having a different outlook, just by seeing a different outcome, you can actually make an impact on what's happening around you. And listening to that, it feels like parang, ang woo-woo naman yan, parang, it doesn't make sense. But you actually check out the experiment. That's what they found. That through your perception alone, you can make an impact on the world around you. So for me, what's my takeaway from this? I guess my takeaway is, or at least my hope would be, that we can choose to see the world the way we want to. So see the world for its good. See the world for its love. And in the current crisis, I'm recording this during the height of the coronavirus. I guess my invitation would be to see the world healed. See the people around us healed. See the people around us come from caring for each other and trusting one another. And just from seeing that, you're actually making an impact already. You're making an impact on the world and how it revolves around you. So that's the double slit experiment. I recommend looking on YouTube and checking out that experiment just to see what the exact experiment now. Okay, next. The next experiment I'd like to share with you. I actually can't remember the actual name of it, but I'll just share with you what they found. So there were test subjects, and then they were put in a room. And then may partner sila. So sino mo si partner A, partner B, ganyan. So they got to know each other, yeah. And then they were put in separate rooms. Tapos nilagyan sila ng machine to check out their brain activity. No? So they were put in separate rooms. Each person was in his or her own room. And then nalang nakakabit na like machine to check out their brain activity or whatever. And then their instruction was to meditate and think about their partner. Their partner from that activity, who was in another room. The experiment was that. So think about your partner, meditate about your partner, and then check yung brain activity nila. Now, let's divide the group into two. So mga puro partner A and puro partner B. So na puro partner A, what they did was, while the person was meditating and thinking about their partner, they were checking the brain activity, and then all of a sudden, nag-flash sila ng sobrang taas na light. Sobrang lakas na light in front of their eyes. Parang boom, light. And syempre, that's stimulus. Stimulus to the sense of sight. So they saw a spike dun sa machine, dun sa brain activity. Na syempre, na parang bigla mong, what's the term, stimulate yung sense of sight with a flash of light. So tumaas yung brain activity. That's normal. But what they found, at least in mga 25% of the time, which is actually very significant already, what they found was that nung nag-flash sila ng light kay partner A, around 25% of the partner B's in that experiment, nagkaroon din ng spike sa brain activity. Note na walang pinakitang light kina partner B. The light was only shown kina partner A. But because they were asked to put in mind their partners, for about 25% nung mga partner B also had a spike in their brain activity. And what does this tell us? Or at least what does this tell me that I'd like to share with you? That whether we like it or not, we're actually all connected. We are people and we are all connected. How you perceive other people makes an impact on them. Whether you project it, or even if it's just in thought, whether they're in front of you in another room, or maybe you're miles apart, we make an impact on people, on everyone we interact with or everyone we think of. So knowing this information backed up my experiment, what are you trying to think? What are you projecting towards other people? Are you seeing them for their greatness? Are you seeing them be successful in everything they do? Or are there people that you wish ill upon them? Competitors, people who have hurt you? How do you see people who are quote unquote weak, quote unquote poor, or quote unquote sick? Again, I mean, we're recording this during the time of the coronavirus, and a lot of people are getting sick. What are you projecting towards them? I mean, you can choose it. It's a matter of thought how you think of it. You can choose to see them as sick people and be worried about them and project that fear towards them. Or you can see them getting better. You can see them healthy. You can see them getting over whatever they need. You can see their bodies knowing what to do to heal them. That makes an impact. So what are you projecting towards other people? And if we're connected to other people, it only makes sense that we make an impact on ourselves. So what are we projecting towards ourselves? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself for your greatness? Do you see yourself for the light that you carry, for the truth that you speak? Do you see yourself being limitless? Or again, do you see yourself weak, limited, a victim to circumstance? No one else is projecting this. I mean, whatever your projections are to yourself, it's all coming from us. Whatever I project towards myself, whatever I tell myself I am, it's all coming from me. So the question is, who do I choose to be? All right. And then finally, this one when I shared it before sa Facebook, I think this was one of the more popular ones. And ito, very mind-blowing sa akin to. This is actually a more visual experiment, and I recommend you check it out on Google. It's an experiment by Dr. Masaru Emoto. I think he's Japanese. And I just labeled it the Masaru Emoto Water Experiment. And it's a very, very interesting experiment, as in, ang galing. And again, this really is a scientific backup to show me that I matter in this world, that you matter in this world, and how you show up matters. Now, so go ahead and share the experiment. Basically, the doctor and his team, they got a lot of vials of water or glasses of water. Basta may water, no? Bowl or whatever, kung saan man siya nakalagay. And then the experiment, they had madaming water, and they spoke to each body of water differently, no? Different words and different tones, no? So may mga, I don't know how accurate the actual statements were, pero I hope you get the point, no? Pero the statements were something like, I love you, I hate you, ang pangit mo, you're beautiful, you're handsome, I hope you die, no? So positive and negative statements, no? And syempre the way it was said, no? Na parang may ibang calm, may ibang loving, may ibang galit, may ibang angry, may ibang hateful and hurtful. So that was the experiment. So different statements to different bodies of water, and then these bodies of water were frozen until the molecules or whatever crystallized, and they looked at the crystal formings under the microscope, And this is the part where I would recommend that you actually maybe even pause this podcast and look in Google, Masaru Emoto water experiment, and look at the images. Because what you will see is that they're all bodies of water. Walang minik sa kanila, they were just spoken to. But the crystallization of each one was very, very different. So hopefully you're checking them out now. But if not, to paint you a picture, basically, sobrang ganda ng crystallization ng mga words that are very loving, very encouraging, very positive. Yet those na negative yung vibrations na yung ginigive off mo, those are they're angry, those are they're hurtful, the words that are meant to cause pain, sobrang pangit ng crystallization. More than pangit, it's actually, for me at least, parang nakakatakot. It's medyo deformed, ganyan. And note that the only difference between all these bodies of water is the way they were spoken to. So what's the point? What's my point in all of this? No, that specifically your words and how you speak to people make an impact. Why? No, why? Just because it happened to water doesn't necessarily mean it will happen to people. No? Remember that we humans, our bodies are what, 75% or 2/3 water. But a majority of our composition is water. So our words make an impact. Because if they make an impact on water, and humans are made up of water, then it only makes sense that the words that we use when we talk to other people and how we tell them make an impact on what's happening to them, make an impact on their experience in life. Remember this, that your words, our words make an impact on other people. Kahit na for us, sometimes I would nonchalantly just say na yung nabayan, tanga, ganyan. Not realizing that that makes an impact. Our words matter. So with this awareness, what I'd like for us to think about is, what words do we use when we talk to other people? Do we praise them? Do we thank them? Do we show our gratitude? Do we affirm them? Do we let them know when we love them, when we care for them, when they're doing a good job? Or do we talk down on other people? Do we curse them? Do we use hurtful words, hurtful tones? What words do we use when we talk to other people, and how do we talk to other people? Because having this awareness now, we know that we have an impact on other people. And again, more importantly than how we impact other people is that our words make an impact on ourselves. So what words do you use when you talk to yourself? Ang galing-galing ko. Ang banuho naman dito. I'm abundant. Ang hirap kumita ng pera. Well, what words do you use? And more importantly, how do you talk to yourself? You talk to yourself with pride. No? Shucks, ang galing-galing ko. Thank you, Lord. I'm being given these opportunities, these blessings. Or do we talk down on ourselves and even punish ourselves? No? Ba yan, Julian? Simple-simple, hindi mo magawa. Kaya wala ka na-achieve eh. Diba? And in these words and how we talk to ourselves, these affect us. So we have that power. We have the power by simply observing the world around us. We have the power to make that impact. By thinking about other people and projecting our thoughts towards other people, we make that impact. And with the words that we use and how we talk to other people and ourselves, we continue to make that impact. Now the question is, with all of these awareness of how we matter in this world, how it's scientifically proven that we matter, what would you choose to do now? Thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope that it helped. I hope that it showed more awareness in that idea that we matter, that we make an impact in this world. no matter however you've thought of yourself and ourselves previously. So thank you for listening. I hope you check out those experiments yourself just to get more accurate information on how those experiments turned out, particularly the Masaru Emoto water experiment. Check out the results of that. It's truly mind-blowing and amazing. Again, I'd like to take this time to thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing if you have. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please subscribe to this podcast. Please also follow us on Facebook, Dream Nation, for the page, and also join the Facebook group, Dream Nation PH. Now, we're looking to really help out people with the information that we come out with, and liking and sharing our Facebook page as well as joining the Facebook group would really, really help a lot. So I hope this has been helpful, and I thank you for your time. I'll talk to you again in the next episode. Thank you.